named Catherine Enberg. She's pretty young. She's like 19. And she's really talented for 19 years old. She did this one. And what's interesting about her style, so often it's halfway between a finished piece and a sketch. And you can see that the anatomy drawings, because she's in like a figure drawing school. You can see the leg, and here's a little mini sketch of his skeleton, the rib cage and skull.
This model here
Yep.
is in multiple ones.
Jamal, that's his name.
Jamal. Is he from here?
I think Catherine Enberg is in the New York City area, so I think that's where Jamal is.
Oh, okay.
Come look particularly at I love the artist who does the animal paintings. He is literally crazy. A lot of the artists in here are, like so many good artists or mathematicians, are a little interesting. This guy is so OCD, you could lose your mind trying to talk to him. He's a very odd person. Lovable, but Jesus Christ, try to have a
That looks
conversation.
3D.
He's so talented, and what's fascinating about him is he's not even like in like a school of other painters who he made up his own painting style. Like I've never.
Wow.
The amount of little OCD work it takes for him to. I had this fascinating conversation with him one time about the fact that he's not painting it from the photo. He stares at the photo for long enough until his mind's imagination begins to really understand the feeling of the patterns. And then he gets in there and recreates it identically to how it looks.
Does he see the animals in person?
I think he's working from photographs. Well, that's how you can get a particular image with this much detail, because he's working from photos.
But has he seen them in person?
He's a very, very big animal lover.
Oh.
Actually donates some of his time and profits and stuff to helping out.
Cool.
Yeah, I think he was inspired to do this series of paintings of animals. I think he did that. I just worked there a little.
There goes the
Yep, Jamal.
Jamal.
Interestingly, this one is actually not done by Catherine Enberg. We got this interesting.
He looks like Childish Gambino.
Once in a long while, one of our artists will be like, "Hey, my wife painted something," and it's usually something kind of nice. But Catherine Enberg's like, "My boyfriend paints too," and my mom was sort of like, and his name, he does this work. This is actually by the same woman who drew Jamal.
Mm-hmm.
This is her boyfriend.
Oh, really?
Sultrim Tenzin. He's from Tibet.
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 Okay, American.
Tibet.
Tibet.
Try.
Iraq is Iraq, and Iran is Iran.
This is another one of my mom's.
Which one is your favorite work of your mom's?
That's an interesting question.
I feel like I could start a YouTube channel just following you around through the eyes of Orion.
Oh, well, I will admit, first off, this is my mom's. She's got 2 cats right now. This is the little one, Mittens.
Your friend?
My friend isn't the older one, but I do love this particular painting on the left here because it's such a weird, interesting angle looking down these stairs.
Oh.
This was at a particular place. My mom once came to visit me at my college in Rochester, and
Oh, cool.
they stayed in some kind of a guest house that she really loved, apparently. She painted.
And she took a picture?
Yeah, she did many paintings of the inside of the house.
Wow, amazing.
This
I
is
see.
Her old, oh my God, this woman's a lot to deal with. I find her very frustrating. She's also lovable. My mom's old, really annoying friend, Jane Rosenberg. She's the most selfish human being who exists. Very lovable, wonderful
You're on
painter,
camera. We'll
okay.
show her this.
No, it's fine. She knows that. She'd be the first one to say it to you. Her boyfriend, Jane Rosenberg, long time, one of my mom's old stories. Jane Rosenberg's boyfriend once said, "Hey, can I have a stamp? I need to send a letter."
Oh, yeah,
Jane
you
had
told
a whole
me.
roll of stamps, and she said no. The boyfriend's like, "But you got 30," and she's like, "Well, I might need them." And then she explained herself. She's like, "In my life, priorities, I'm person number 1, 2, 3, and 4, and if there's any room left over, maybe you can be number 5.
Wow, you've told me this story before.
She's such a wonderful painter, though. That's my mom's old
This
roommate.
is so pretty, and we get the view of the ocean too.
Yeah, in the back of the gallery you can look out.
I want to catch this painting of the frog
So one of
and
the artists
butterflies.
does these really, really in-depth.
Morpho kaleidoscope.
One of the artists, he loves doing complicated, interesting textural things with reflections. So this one has a little bit of it with the glass. He loves painting anything with bubbles, for instance. I think we used to live over here. But he also has his own entirely unique way of painting. This guy's name is Steven Sosello. And he spent a couple of years as an artist painting, and then a couple of years as a graphic designer. And then somehow weirdly kind of combined them. And he does these fascinating, like slightly cartoony paintings. And again, I've just never
Whoa,
seen
look at
anything
that.
like this one.
Yeah,
So
I love that.
this woman has been in the gallery one of the longest. I think she was the very first person who my mom didn't know who made her way into the gallery. Her name is Roxy Monroe, and my mom's originally from NYC, and she does these, slightly cartoony little figures walking along. Really beautiful scenes that, to my mom's
They're
eyes
so
at least,
cute.
like really capture the feeling of the big city. Right? I love how their little legs sort of bend the wrong way, like this little leg.
Yeah.
They have no knees.
Let's go look at the ocean.
Yeah. So this is where I was working real hard this summer.
It's so beautiful.
Oh, and here's one last little one. Remember I mentioned that Steven Sosello loves painting things that are really difficult to paint. He loves choosing things like fire or rain in midair. And so he took a photo of his friend underwater.
Wow.
And then he spent a lot of time to try to capture that feeling. Or even these little globes and how difficult. I would have such a hard time painting that and making it look.
The contrast between the outside and the inside, but also the reflections.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's go see the ocean.
Calm down.
Ocean.
And
Oh, peacock.
Where any direction, especially Provincetown, you pick a direction, you walk 500 feet, and you're at ocean.
Nice.
We're at the area end of the peninsula. And if you look way off that way, you can see that we're here. And if you look really far off, you can see the other side of Cape Cod. It goes way off that way and then swings around. It's way off in the distance. For what it's worth, out of honor, to honor my father, so while my mom does all the paintings, my dad, ex-carpenter, he's the shipping department. So if somebody orders a really big painting with glass on it and needs it shipped all the way to Japan, this is his universe. And his job got a lot easier because we also used to have glass sculptural artists, and genuinely, if you're shipping a very delicate, fragile piece of glass sculpture to northern Canada, it's a real big job. One thing that's fun is, while we've got all the paintings on the floor, we have oceans of paintings back here as well. From every artist, every color, I'd say at any one time we have about 1/3 of the paintings that we have actually on the floor. And then the rest.
Wow, this is so cool.
Yeah, it's a fun spot. Let's see if I can find a good one.
I love how this is up here.
What, that? Yeah, I know.
Usually it's on the wall.
This is an interior my mom did.
Pretty. Does she buy the frames or does she make them?
Yeah, no, she buys all that stuff.
Okay. Well, Orion works here. So,
you'll have to turn the phone sideways so they can see, but I'm pretty sure this is a John Brendan Sills. He particularly, he tends to actually only use a few colors in any one painting. This one has more colors than most of his work. And it's like, he says a lot with very little. All this sort of dark, moody areas.
Amazing.
It's fun showing you around.
Thank you.
This man, Kenneth Cadwallader, he was in our gallery. He's from the Midwest, and he did really cool paintings. And then he met a nice girlfriend who was from not even like the regular sensible parts of China that Westerners have heard of. She's from like rural, middle of nowhere.
Oh, nice. That's the
central
best.
China. Yeah. and he moved with her. He didn't speak a word of Chinese. He's like 6'8", and he's tall man, big blonde guy. And these, you know, the much shorter villagers everywhere would all point. Little kids would run up and want autographs. They used to think he's like an NBA superstar because he's like freaking tall. And he now, a lot of what he paints is the most fascinating work from rural China. So this is one of his.
Oh.
This is another one of his.
That's so romantic.
Yeah, and what's so fun is he has slowly picked up some Chinese. But like, what an adventure! He just upped and moved to China.
Good for him.
To add to the story, eventually the two of them broke up and he stayed. So he's living in China, just wandering around, having the most exotic foreign experience you could want. And I think he communicates a lot of his excitement about where he is in the work, because he really passes along the feeling of the adventure he's on.
Okay, I guess that's a tour.
Oh.
Thank you, Orion.
Yeah, thank you for coming.
So cute.
This is sort of James Bond looking guy over here. I like this. This woman is brand new.
Oh,
We just got her.
whoa.